Joining us now, Republican Congressman Darrell Issa from House Judiciary. Congressman, what do you make of this? Republicans are about less government, smaller government, free markets, free speech. Fascism is the direct opposite of that. Democrats are for bigger government.
No question at all. I mean, people forget that fascism came out of the Socialist Party movement. But leaving aside the name calling, people seem to be missing the most important thing that the late Charlie Kirk taught us, which was talk to the other side, talk to them from the heart, and talk to them in words that do not demean the differences. And that's obviously not what the moment you say fascist, you've ended the conversation. And if that's what Congresswoman Tlaib wants, or any of the other people in the so-called squad, then they're missing the point, which is that Charlie Kirk's legacy is going to live on around campuses all over America, where people are choosing to engage in peaceful and productive dialogue. And so, this coming Sunday, we're going to celebrate his life there in Arizona. And I think all of us are going to truly enjoy the fact that he stood for something that is woefully missing in Washington.
Congressman Byron Donalds tweeted, quote, "It's been 8 days since a leftist assassin suspect shot my friend Charlie Kirk. Rashida Tlaib's again using the same irresponsible rhetoric that inspired the suspect in the assassination. Completely out of line. Enough is enough. We got to set the record straight. You got to call them out every single time. This is wrong. This rhetoric is unhinged. We will not stand to be defamed." So members in the past Congresses have, acted on resolutions to stop that kind of rhetoric and take it down. So it looks like it's going to be more fighting like this in Congress when Republican senators, they're moving along in Senate business. They just confirmed 48 of President Trump's nominees all at once using the nuclear option to break Democrat Senator Chuck Schumer's blockade. The business of the Senate is moving along.
Well, we just passed a continued resolution to keep people from losing their benefits, keep their workers working, and we did it without a single Democratic vote. Unfortunately, that's the world we live in, is that it's kind of a go it alone, both in the House and the Senate, and that's unfortunate. There was a time when people would come to compromise, but our leadership was offered for this CR, if we wanted Democrats to participate, they needed over $1 trillion of one-time additional funding that the American people can't afford. So that's where we are. The one thing that every one of us can do on either side of the aisle is not to participate in the misuse of language, and to honor everyone from Martin Luther King on one side, or actually in the center in so many ways, and other leaders on both sides, and be civil.
Congressman Darrell Issa, we appreciate you so very much for being with us tonight. It's great to see you again. Now,